What is up, you guys? It is your boy Vince here with another update on our indoor grow series. So we're going to be starting a new grow here pretty soon. I know it's been a while. I've kind of shelved the growing for a bit just due to the amount of time that it takes here and there. And like we've talked about before, raising a family, working a job and stuff is sometimes it's hard to always make these videos, and I just want to sleep. So and I had a nice outdoor haul, so I was kept in bud for a while. I did not really have a huge need to grow indoor, but even though we're coming to the end of this outdoor season, I'm feeling that itch to start another indoor grow. Plus, I do miss the indoor quality. I mean, outdoor is great, but there is something about indoor that I really love, and it is therapeutic to grow. That's a big reason why I started doing it. So, gonna get back into that, and I will go into more detail at the end of the video as far as what we're gonna be doing. But for right now, I'm gonna be doing an unboxing video for a light that a company sent me just to do a quick unboxing review video. The manufacturer is called Zannaki, and this light is called the ZK1000. So this is about 110 watt wall pole light, and it seems to be pretty comparable to some other LEDs out there. So I'm going to go ahead and pop it out and kind of show you around the light, show you what it looks like, and maybe give you some of my quick thoughts on it. And then I will go into details on what our next grow series is going to be like. Let's go ahead and get this puppy open. So we got this open, and right here we have a nice little LED grow light panel guide here. So it's got some information on how to use it and how to set it up. Nice aluminum hanging. So it comes with some hangers too. Cool. So they went ahead and threw in some ratchet strap hangers on there for us. So that's pretty cool. I'm assuming that's what comes with all of them. And right off the bat, the first thing that catches my eye is that driver. So we're using a Meanwell driver XLG series, which is a pretty good quality driver. Everyone knows Meanwell. They're kind of known as the be-all, end-all in the driver game for LED grow lights. Obviously, different series will have, different qualities. So I'm not super familiar with the XLG series, so I don't know if that's like a super high-end driver or a low-end driver or what, but it's Meanwell, so that's a great start. Going in here, it looks like we actually have a dimmer. Hey, that is awesome. I love it when there's a manual dimmer. It looks like this can be routed outside the tent too. So if you want to look, have that hanging inside and then actually have your dimmer outside the tent, so you can control it without opening your tent. Let's see, got a lot of cable here. I apologize, guys. My fingernails are a little bit dirty. I've been doing some garden work, getting ready for my next grow. Pretty long cable here, so I don't know exactly how long this is, but it looks very long. I would say this is at least 6 or 7 feet long. And let me go ahead. I'm going to pop the light out here, and then I'm going to go over some things. And then I'm going to go ahead and plug it in so you guys can see. It's really hard to see how bright a light is through a camera because it's obviously going to dim it down to be able to see it. Just know that they're a lot brighter in person than they are on video because the video just, will dim it down to you can actually see the diodes, where in real life, if you have a light like this on, you wouldn't even be able to see or count how many diodes are on the board because it's just like a sunlight, volume of light. But let me go ahead and pop this out of here real quick. So this is the other side of the light, so you can definitely see the different colors with the different Kelvin temperatures of the different diodes. Like I said, it's 110 wall watts, so Zanaki is advertising that with that 110 wall watts that you can vegetate a 3x3 space and flower in a 2x2. Might be something that I'll use to veg here, who knows, or it might be a nice little veg light that I keep for clones or whatever, especially with the dimmer, being able to dim them down really low and get them really close to the plants to get those internode spacings really tight early on, I think is a really big benefit that something a little bit harder to do with fluorescent lights. And I've noticed with the LEDs, turning them down and getting them really low to the clones seems to be able to really stack that internode spacing quickly without burning the tops of the plants. So that would be kind of a cool thing. I might end up doing that. Or what I might end up just doing is a giveaway. Like you guys know, I've already done a giveaway. I gave away one of Mars Hydro's really nice lights. Those rail lights. I want to say that was the SP 2000 or 3000 that we gave away with a 2x4 tent. So we might do another giveaway with this. I do plan on doing pretty consistent giveaways. Part of what I want to be able to do to give back to you guys is, as you guys know, with Mars Hydro helping me out, they've been super cool. They've been sending me pretty much whatever I want, answer whatever questions I have, actually asking me for input on what they think their next light should be. And to me, like, that's really cool when you see a company that's going right to the consumer saying, what do you think would make this better? What do you think the downsides are? What would you like to see in the next series of light? What do you see in other competitors' lights that you might like better than ours? So I think that's really cool of them, and because of that, like I said, they've given me those sponsor links to put in the videos to where if you do choose to buy a Mars Hydro light and you use my code, not only do you discount, but you do help me out a little bit. So even when I wasn't making videos, I was still seeing people using my links. So I really do appreciate all you guys. You have no idea how much that helps out, and that lets me, pay the higher electricity bill, or, buy new equipment or buy dirt or whatever it needs to be. So again, I really appreciate all you guys that do choose to use my links to buy things from Mars Hydro. It really does help me out. And I want to continue to give back to you guys, and anything that I don't have an immediate use for, I'd rather just give back to you guys in the form of a giveaway, to kind of spread that love around. So we'll move on from there here. So this is the light. Like I said, it's a pretty small panel. It's a nice big aluminum heatsink, so don't see it getting probably super hot. If so, it'd be probably something pretty easy to mount a fan up above and just blow air right down on it, but it is a passively cooled unit. Looking at the driver, they look like they've actually mounted it away from there, so that's actually super smart. I like that they've actually put a gap in between the driver and the board to kind of keep that heat from transferring too much. So that's kind of a cool feature. It looks like, I'm not sure if it's necessarily intended to, but it appears like this is a, you could actually remove the driver if you wanted to store it outside, although this cable isn't very long. So you would maybe need to get like some type of an extension cable from that to the other side or something like that if you're gonna run it that way. So, but so far so good. It feels good. It's pretty heavy. I think with, like, say the light that I was using last row, the TSW-2000, that has that kind of thinner tin, that kind of I don't even know what it's called, not perforated, but that kind of bubble look to it. But it's like kind of what Gavita uses on their double-sided HPS lens. It's really lightweight, so I do like how light that light is. This is definitely quite a bit heavier, if I can get it out of here. Doing this one-handed. So it's quite a bit heavier, but it's still nothing that's like, I wouldn't call it heavy at all. But it's just that big, thick piece of aluminum, which I do think would help with dissipating heat. Does just add a little bit of weight to it. But yeah, going over some of the specs, you guys. This light, from what I'm seeing, is about 140 bucks right now on Amazon. It does use the LM301B diode, so I'm starting to see a lot of these manufacturers switch to this, which is kind of, I think there is a few newer chips out now, but the LM301B has kind of like been the cream of the crop now for a little bit. And then pairing up those diodes with the Meanwell driver, I think you're getting a lot of quality equipment for a $140 light. You're getting an actual controller, a knob controller, so you get really easy control. It does have UV and IR lenses on them, so if you actually look at these, you can see the normal diodes, which are like, you can see the ones that are going to be more blue versus the ones that are going to be more on the red spectrum. And then right here, these are the UV. I'm not sure if those are UV and IR, or if it's every other one, or if they do both, or what. But you can definitely tell those are not the normal diodes for them. So I think, yeah, for 140 bucks, guys, you're getting a lot of light here. I'm going to go ahead and plug it in so you guys can see or get an idea of how bright the light can be. I'm going to kick my dog out of this space. Bean, Dante, wake up, move. I need to borrow your bed. Come on, Dante. Plug into the wall there, and then give you guys an idea of how bright this thing actually looks. So we got it turned on. You can definitely see those far reds. I'm going to use this controller here. That way we can maybe get an idea of how bright it gets. Yeah, it's really not showing. The phone's kind of auto-adjusting it. But it definitely does get noticeably brighter. I wouldn't say like a percentage. I can't really tell you. So I see how those diodes are then. That's one of those actually almost looks like it's out. That one right there almost looks like it's not coming in. Maybe that's the UV. Like, okay, so I'm seeing some of the different diodes there I can see that are a little bit different. But yeah, it's very, very bright. Really hard to tell on camera, but it's definitely a very bright light. I think it would be a super good veg light. Maybe even a good little stealth grow if you're trying to grow something in a really small space but have good light quality would be a good option. The dimmer is kind of dainty, so once you go over, you can kind of just fully rotate it. So if I turn it down and I keep kind of strolling, it just kind of resets over, which I don't know if it's supposed to do that. It does feel a little bit hokey, but I mean, it does seem to dim and brighten up pretty easily as long as you're not trying to force it in one direction or the other. But that is kind of it, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and unplug that puppy because it's pretty bright and blowing out my eyeballs. So now that we've done that, guys, so that is the Zannaki ZX-1000 grow light. I'm going to go ahead and throw a link to the Amazon link in the description for you to help them out. One other thing I wanted to mention too, it is actually waterproof, so they do actually have the nano coating over the lens, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I apologize. So it's the Zanaki ZK-1000. Sorry, I goofed that up. But yeah, so far, pretty impressed with how that light looks, at least on paper. And, the eyesight test, the retina test. I would be interested in maybe, like I said, having it maybe start some clones or maybe even veg some stuff. Or like I said, I'll end up just giving it away. And as a giveaway, just to give back to you guys, let me know what you'd like me to do. I'm sure a lot of people will say, do a giveaway, because I like free stuff. I don't know about y'all, but I like free stuff. So that was one of my things when I started this channel. I was like, hey, if I can eventually get this to a point to where I'm not having to pay for all my equipment anymore, that's a win for me. So that's kind of where I'm at. So again, thank you all you guys that have helped me out with our next grow. So we're going to move on now. I'm going to still be using this 3x3 grow. Mars Hydro has reached out to me graciously. They've been following up over the past few months while I've been just swamped with things, and have let me know they've got a whole new series of lights. So I've seen a lot of their new lights, and they were giving me some different options of some different lights to run. They offered to send me a new tent. I let them know my 3x3 is still holding up strong and storing stuff on top of it. So I don't really feel a need for a new tent. The tent is holding up great. I'm still super impressed with the Mars Hydro tent. I'm still a believer that I don't really see a huge benefit in going with a really expensive tent. Unless you're talking about having a bunch of them or you have very specific applications that you need to have filled. But so the Mars Hydro tent has really just been a super reliable, super great tent. I'm probably going to be running their FC series lights because it fits in a 3x3, which I am super excited about for a lot of reasons that I'll go into once I get it. But they did give me an option to run a bigger light with a bigger space, and unfortunately, I really just don't have it, guys. My tiny little dining room, and I can't take up the whole dining room. We still have to eat in here, so 3x3 is still kind of my sweet spot. And I think that from what I am seeing on the part tests on the newer series of Mars Hydro lights, and the design of it, I don't think we'll have a problem getting a good amount of weight off of it. And unlike last row, where what I was telling you guys is, hey, I'm going to throw a couple plants in there, see how they do. I'm not really aiming for a whole lot of weight, and I still had a really nice yield. This one, I'm definitely wanting to maximize and see how close to this, 2+ grams per watt can we really get to. So I'm going to be probably running a 4-plant setup. I'm going to probably be doing you guys have seen me do all kinds of weird stuff, and that's what I like to do. I like to do weird stuff. Every grow, I almost do something different. Like I'm going to do Scrognet, I'm going to do LST, I'm going to do monster cropping, I'm going to do hydro, I'm going to do soil, I'm going to do automated watering, I'm going to do just normal watering. So I like to just do different stuff, you guys, as you see. So I'm just a little bit ADD like that. Plus, this is fun for me. I do this as a hobby, and to relieve stress. I like spending time in my garden and seeing my plants flourish. It's super rewarding for me. And then at the end, it's super rewarding again when you get to then enjoy that product that you spent so much time and effort and poured love into. But I'm really going to try this round to really maximize my yield, because seeing how the Mirage did last season, really got a good amount of weight for not, having a super deep canopy and still having, 2 corners of the tent that were not even filled at all. Definitely, I think I underestimated the TSW 2000 when I got it. I was like, hey, I'll run it for a while, see how I like it, and if I'm not feeling it, I'm going to probably swap it out for something else. And it ended up just blowing me away on every front. And now they've got a bunch of other stuff. I might end up kind of dabbling with some other designs. I've had some different people reach out to me. They're saying like, hey, I want to do this, that. One of the things the new series of FC lights has is they're on light rails. So there's a gap in between them. So, the rails of light. So you might have a little bit of light bounce back that doesn't get captured by that giant tin. But I really think that, especially for like greenhouse applications, or in my case, doing something weird like maybe dropping 10K finisher bulbs in those in-between spaces, or like a cob LED to have more light penetration into the canopy, that's the kind of weird stuff I'm into doing. So once I get that light and I get everything set up, I'll kind of open up to you guys and you can let me know what you'd like to see. But I like doing weird stuff, so I might throw that light in here and then drop some like cobs in between those slots, or do something kind of weird like that just to see what we can what we can accomplish. I know the newer series of lights had the newer diodes. I think those are also 301Bs, which from what I understand, not only are they more efficient, but they do seem to have a little more penetration than the older series um, diodes did. So we'll see. But that's usually my only gripe a little bit with the quantum board style LEDs versus, say, a chip on board LED is you get a much more even par map, but you don't get quite as much canopy penetration, which is what you're going to get with the chip on board LEDs or like say high pressure sodium, which can reach extremely far into the canopy. So um, I'll let you guys know what I'm going to be doing as far as how I'm going to train the plants. But I think for the next series, what I'm going to be doing is back to kind of the medium I was using before. I really liked the soil grow guys last time. I did really enjoy the flavor. I really did not see a major slowdown as far as like how long it took things to grow. I think things were flowering really quick. I was following a few grow journals online of people that were running Mirage, and every image I saw the same week, I felt like my plants were on par or even a little bit ahead of. So I didn't have any gripes with soil. There's just certain aspects about it that I do prefer that cocoa peat medium and with the type of nutrients that I use. So um, I was doing that as an organic grow. And even though we did use cloning gels, so as soon as you use cloning gel, it's not technically an organic grow anymore. If you're using indoor lighting, it's not an organic grow anymore. But you guys know what I'm saying, organic medium. So we were just using um, teas and stuff that I put in the soil, and then just enhancing the plant size or the pot size, excuse me, to make sure that those plants remain fed. And hey, I think it came out really well. I'm definitely not a master grower, but I think as far as a lot of videos that I see, I think it was one of the better looking grows that I've had. But I do, like I said, I just really like that idea of being able to water your plants all the time. If you overwater them a little bit, it's not really a big deal. Um, so I'm probably gonna go back to that cocoa peat medium, and really, like I said, just the ease of use of being able to use, uh, synthetic nutrients versus brewing teas and things like that are just a little more better indoors. Watch out. Um, but I'll leave it up to you guys. If you guys really want to see something in soil, I'll do another soil grow. I just really like that cocoa peat medium, and I feel like that's what a lot of other people are using right now. But we'll go from there, guys. See the lone little TSW 2000 been showing in there, just doing its thing. Like I said, still love that light. Some people asked if I was going to do a giveaway of my old light. I would normally do that, guys, but the reason why I wouldn't want to give away a light that I've used is the same reason why I say it's not worth it to save a crazy amount of money buying lights used, is because you just don't want something else that's been in someone else's garden, you guys. It's really, as you guys have seen, like we fought with bugs here, spider mites, thrips. It doesn't seem to matter where I'm at, how long I wait, what I treat them with. They always seem to come back. And I've used a bunch of different stuff. We have other plants in the house too, so I feel like it's a hard thing to do, and I would just really hate to get somebody gassed up on a light that I gave them and then end up infecting their garden. So if I do giveaways, I would prefer to have brand new lights that have not been around plants, haven't been used. Even that one, if I do a giveaway on that one, I'm going to clean that one pretty thoroughly before I put it back in the box, just because who knows what's rolling around my house right now. But that's pretty much it, guys. Give me any feedback that you want to hear, what you want to see. Any strains that you want to run. I'm probably going to be picking up clones from a local club, so it's probably some Dark Heart Nursery stuff. So if you do see anything on Dark Heart Nursery, or like, hey, I really want to see this grown, give me a holler and let me know. And if it's something that makes sense for my garden, then I might pick it up. Obviously, I'm not going to be running a bunch of indicas and sativas in the same tent using one light. But I'm open to hear what you guys like. I'm going to probably look for something that's a good hybrid, that's obviously going to be a good yielder, nothing that takes super long to finish. And then we're going to be doing weekly updates once I get them in dirt or soil or whatever I end up using with them. And we'll follow all the way through to harvest. And then we'll probably actually do a weigh out video. I haven't really done those in the past just because reasons. But I might go ahead and just do like an actual weigh out video so you can see how I trim, what I yield. And then the final piece for today, guys, is I am going to be introducing a new series. So with the grow series I'm also going to do probably like a 2 or 3 part series on just some basics, because a lot of the questions I get are basic stuff. The basic things you need to look at when you're setting up a grow, which is like your light, your medium, your space, or with a lot of people that reach out to me designing a room or saying this is what I'm trying to accomplish. We either work 2 ways. What is your budget? And I can tell you what we can then maybe accomplish with that. Or what are you looking to yield? How much cannabis do you consume? Do you need to be producing on how often? And then we work backwards from that and design you something. What I'm going to be doing too is I don't really have a chance to answer all my emails, but with that new Mars Hydro light that I'm going to get, you know, if those of you that do choose to use my discount code and then buying a tent or a light or whatever, just email me and I will do my best to give you guys instructions to help you out since you're helping me out. Or if you want to hit me up first and you're saying, hey, this is the space I have, this is what I want to be able to yield, where would you guide me? And then I can kind of put you together a catalog of things that I think would be a good start for you on the Mars Hydro store. All right, you guys, we're about 20 minutes in now. I can go ahead and stop talking. I've had too much coffee today, but that is the Zannaki ZK-1000 with the LM301B diodes. Super bright light. Glad to see a lot of these companies now using high-end equipment, not using the super cheapo chips or drivers anymore. And I'm really excited to see what Mars Hydro sends me next. So I will keep you guys posted as soon as I get that new light. Have a good one, you guys. Bye-bye.